petri dish, the petri dish, the petri dish.
This is
The petri dish, the petri dish, the petri dish. This is the petri dish. There's something growing in here, and what's growing now is the size of my uvula. My sleep apnea is getting out of control. Someone needs to fucking help me, for the love of God.
Yeah.
Me and Jonathan were just talking before the podcast started. Yeah, they have not gotten me my CPAP stuff yet, so I'm still raw dogging sleep. And I can feel my uvula and soft palate in the back of my throat not being where they should be correctly. So if I sound a little weird and different, it's because I'm trying to speak without cutting off my airways at the same time. I believe they call this medically fat neck.
They really call it fat neck in medical terms.
Nope.
Okay.
That whole intro is I forgot to unshare the video that whole time. So this podcast is going to be a fucking mess.
Yeah.
Everything about it's going to be off the rails.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, that's where we're at. Is shit is not going well, guys. It's not going well, and here we are. But ain't that how it goes?
Yeah.
These days. Jonathan, what's all fucked up for you? How you doing?
Oh, I'm doing really good. I was at brain injury survivors camp this past weekend. Yeah. So I roomed with a man who is a junior in college currently.
Wow,
And he
young.
yes, and he has already been accepted to med school.
Nice.
He got an early acceptance, and it all hinges on him finishing his undergraduate work. It's not, but that's, people with brain injuries are living their dreams out here,
They're doing
which is
everything
great.
out here.
Yeah,
Hell
it's
yeah.
pretty cool. Yeah. So
I guess I forget that people can just have like a little bit of brain injury where it's just like,
well, no, I mean the thing is his brain injury, he was like jumping off some cliffs hit some shallow water, hit his head, got medevaced, like air evac'd to the hospital. They did brain surgery on him. This was a significant injury that
damn.
this man sustained.
And he's still killing her.
Yeah, and he's still killing it. So it's just like every brain injury is individual to the person. There's so many transistors up here functionally that you can hit any combination of things and be out in different ways. And it's important to remember that. But at the same time, it is very inspiring that somebody's doing that well, having survived that significant of an injury. Yeah. So, anyways, just a little inspo, little brain injury inspo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How else did camp go? Did you have like
It
did you guys all go out? Like what camp activities did you guys do?
Well, we did we did a bonding exercise where there was like questions on a volleyball, and you threw that around and answered the questions, and the point of that is it's just to spark conversation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Icebreakers.
Yeah, exactly. And so we did some of that and just some bonding over that. Getting to know each other. The man I was mentioning earlier, his name is Maxim. He has a project that he does with survivors, where you decorate or artistically decorate sunglasses.
Cool.
And then you write a story about what those sunglasses mean to you, and then he takes those sunglasses and displays them at different places.
Oh, okay. So he has like
cool.
a wall of sunglasses with people's stuff on them.
Not just a wall.
He's got like a whole
yeah,
operation.
finds different survivor groups and does the sunglasses art project with them, and then takes the story, transcribes the story, puts it online, puts it in physical spaces with the sunglasses themselves, so that
Sweet. That's a cool
yeah,
installation.
yeah, it is. And it moves around. It's not just like he has a wall at his house where it's not just that. And there were some other arts and crafts, but primarily it was to do Maxim's project. And we couldn't do horseback riding this year because we only had one horse and we had like 50 riders.
Oh
And
man.
yeah, and that would just burn that horse out. So we did like a petting zoo with the available horse because the other horse was had abscess in its hoof.
Oh
Yeah, which is bad news.
yeah.
We had a llama get out. We had a goat just look at me funny, but we made it past the llamas, and
Good.
yeah, we were gonna do archery, but we didn't have a good area to set that up because of the rain.
Oh yeah.
And we were planning for rain this whole time, and we actually got lucky a little bit with we planned for rain, and then there wasn't as much rain as we thought there'd be. So it worked out good. We did a campfire. I spoke at the campfire, and basically my message was just, it was pretty short and sweet, kind of like, how I do things, um, and it was just to be grateful for everything. And to say thank you, and just start with saying thank you, and allow that to grow, and allow your gratitude to become compassion, and apply that as liberally as you can, but also remember to have compassion for yourself in this in that process as well. They said we had 3 minutes. I was done in like less than one. Yeah, because that's just how I
You
operate.
didn't ask for tight five?
No, no, they didn't ask for Tide 5, and I was like, "Oh, this is gonna be kind of serious. Don't mess around trying to tell jokes." Um, all in all, it was a great camp. Met some cool people.
This weekend I had Punkrocktober Fest down at Shoe Tree Brewing in Carson City.
Nice,
All the
nice.
all the local punks from the area all came out and had ourselves a little outdoor day. And it was like not a cloud in the sky,
Ooh,
sunny, almost damn near 90 degrees. It was a little bit too hot,
yeah,
but it was a good show and it was a good time. Everyone stayed
good,
hydrated, got a little
good.
bit of sun. So
Yeah,
yeah, it was a I always love joining my greater punk community
yeah,
for some camaraderie and in whatever way we can get it, because fucking
nice.
these days it seems like every time we assemble it's either for a funeral or someone gets arrested, so
Oh,
it's either a funeral or a protest, and either way some's getting arrested, you know what I
arrested.
mean?
Yeah,
So
yeah. It's a punk rock funeral. Somebody's gonna
but
get too
yep,
wild.
someone's gonna get drunk
Yeah.
and fuck something up. But
Yeah.
this one
Yeah.
was good. I saw the first band that went up was this band called No Assumption. They're a brand new band from the area, just a bunch of
Okay.
kids. They sound exactly like old Blink 182. So
Okay.
I love them a lot because it was, and they even did a Blink cover at one point.
Okay.
But
Nice.
their drummer was just so fucking tight and fast and just
Nice.
killing it. So it was cool to just see.
Yeah.
It's cool to see the younger people out there
Yeah.
doing things, because
Yeah.
I am no longer one of those younger people anymore. But
Well, you're young at heart,
I mean,
Bobby.
the good news is, in a punk area like this, we were like the middling age band. We were like, it was
Nice.
like there was the
Okay.
brand new kids, there was us, and then there was all the old men. Like it
Okay.
was.
Okay.
Shout
Okay.
out to all
Yeah.
the old men holding it down. But
Yeah. Yeah.
in fact, at one point, my dad leaned over to me when it was the last band on, and everyone in the last band had like mostly gray hair. And
Okay.
my dad leaned over and he was like, was this festival set up by age? Like, because the first band was a bunch of kids, and then they got like a little older, and then it was us, and then it was
Yeah.
like guys our age or a little older, and then it was a bunch of old people. My dad was like, "It was exactly set up by age somehow." I was like, "I don't know if it was on purpose,
But yeah, yeah.
but it just happened to
Nice.
work out that way." So that was really funny.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
But yeah, I had a great time. Lots of great hangs. Sam and Kate were there.
Good. I was gonna
Yeah.
ask if they came out.
Yeah, they
That's
came out. They brought
awesome.
all the kids. I tried to usher them under our tent to get a little bit of relief from the sun, but luckily everyone
Mhm.
started setting up easy ups, so there was
Nice.
more shade to be had around, so no one was cooking
Excellent.
to death. My favorite part is the way Shoe Tree is set up. There's this like gravel pit area with all their tables and stuff, and it's
Hmm.
all set up next to this really big dirt hill.
Okay.
That I can't tell if it was like man made because it used to be a dump or something, but it's like a really steep hill, and it goes up like 30 feet, like not a
Okay.
insignificant amount. And
So
there
you
was
can
just,
just,
yeah, there's like
yeah.
one path that you can see that people are always like climbing up it and
Hmm.
sliding back down, and there was just a
Okay.
bunch of kids
Yeah.
climbing up that hill and then like finding different ways to fuck themselves up on the way down. And again, this is the Nevada
Yeah.
desert area. There's like
Right.
pokey shit all in the dirt.
Yeah. Yep.
There's like goat
Yeah.
heads and
Yeah.
cacti and a bunch of other shit. And these
Yeah.
kids are just clambering around in the sand. And
Yeah.
at one
Yeah.
point, me and Alicia just look up and I was like, desert kids, man. Like they're a different breed
Yeah.
because they're
Yeah.
just fucking themselves up on the side of this hill. And I was like,
Yeah.
it's funny to see kids just be reckless. Because like
Right.
when I
Yeah.
see kids falling down a giant hill, I'm like, holy shit. But they're
Yeah.
doing it like multiple times for fun.
Nice.
And I'm like, all right, these kids just like concussions.
Yeah. 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 Well,
But yeah, that was my
I hope
weekend.
they didn't get too concussed.
No, they were just out there getting dirty and rowdy.
Okay, good. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. But yeah, you got those barbs. I think they're from, is it sagebrush
I think
from
so.
barbs?
I
I
can't,
think,
I
yeah,
can never really tell where they come
those
from, but they
things
just end up all in
suck.
my fucking socks. Yeah.
Yeah, they hurt.
That
Yeah.
was my very first Savage Henry. We went
Hmm.
out to the beach, and on
Hmm.
my way back, I was barefoot and stepped on a
Ooh,
fucking just a whole patch of that shit. I still have the
ooh.
picture somewhere of all those goat heads in my fucking foot.
Yeah,
But yeah,
yeah.
no, that was that. Oh, yeah. People had to help. I think Brooke was there, and she helped me like pull a bunch of goat heads out of my foot so I could walk a little
Yeah,
further. But yeah, don't go
nice.
barefoot in places you don't
No,
recognize. There's a lesson
right.
there.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Yeah.
Comedy news. Nothing
Okay.
happening locally or anything. But have
Okay.
you seen Theo Vaughn have
No.
his fucking freak? Yeah. So
No.
Theo Vaughn was supposed to be recording his Netflix special at the Beacon Theater this weekend. He
Okay.
had a
Cool.
full bomb. He had a freak out after the bomb. Like a third of the audience got up and left. People were
Yeah.
on Reddit being like, what the fuck is wrong with Theo Vaughn? I think
Yeah.
he's just like struggling with his sobriety and,
Sure.
fucked it up around the taping of a very important special for him. But
Okay.
at this
Yeah.
point, I like, he did this to himself.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah. I mean,
apparently all
I'm
his
not a
jokes
theater.
sucked ass because he's
Yeah.
just been like a because he's like best friends with JD Vance and shit, like he's not a
Yeah.
good guy.
No, he's not.
So like
And yeah.
all his jokes were apparently in that same vein where he's just like trying to do all of his like Trumpy shit, but then he
Oh,
forgets the punchline and has to like go backstage and talk to somebody about what his own fucking punchline is supposed to be. And so he's
oh
trying
wow.
to get these jokes right to the audience for his taping, but he's fucking up the shitty jokes so much he can't even get to his own shitty punchlines.
Oh my God.
So I'm like, hey, you know what?
Yeah.
This is what happens.
That sounds like a prime Kill Tony crowd to me.
Yeah, I'm like, this is what
That
happens when you
podcast.
don't focus on the craft and instead you focus on your shitty little podcast empire where you're like,
Yeah.
I'm not the one that's responsible for all this fascism, but I'm gonna softball as many Republican candidates shitty questions and then be
Yes.
like, I'm just asking questions when it comes to like minorities and women talking.
Yeah. Yeah. It's
So
hooked. It's hooked.
the biggest clip coming out is just him on stage looking at the audience, being like, "I'm trying not to kill myself right now," just like being like
Oh,
that, and trying to get sympathy points. And it's like,
uh-huh.
wow, now you know how like minorities and gay people feel every day, all the time, under the America you helped create.
Yeah.
Fucking congratulations, bitch.
Yep.
Have a little
Yep.
bit of the fear you helped create. I
Yeah.
have no sympathy for you and your rich ass
No.
Polish royalty or whatever the fuck you are.
Okay. Well, you said comedy news,
Yeah, comedy news.
and so I was pulling up on my phone. I got a new joke I
Yes,
want to
here we
share
go.
with
This
you.
is where we're
Yeah.
really going.
Okay. Yeah. I saw the new Top Gun, and it was pretty good. But I will say I prefer the original because the new one just is not homoerotic enough. There's no volleyball scene. It's bullshit. Yeah. 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 I'll tighten up the wording a little bit on that,
That's
over
the
the course.
beginning of an observation. You got to find a punch in there.
Oh, that no, no, no. It's not homoerotic enough is meant to be the punchline.
Yeah, but that
Anyways,
that is just an observation, though.
okay. Well, that is sometimes all I end up doing is just stating observations. I don't know if it's just that I'm not, I lost something in with the brain injury, or if I'm just evolving to where I just don't care. Um,
I
which
think
might be
I think before you used to have so much caustic energy in you, you had to be making a point about something.
okay.
And now you're like, I'm not trying to make a point about anything.
Right. Yeah,
So
yeah,
it just they're just it just stops halfway there because you're like, and
yeah.
there's that was the end of the thought.
Yeah. Okay.
Not trying to make a
Okay.
crazy big point about nothing.
No. No. Oh, but a joke I've been telling recently is my mattress store joke, which you're not familiar with. But anyways, it's something like this. When people go mattress shopping, they say things like, "Man, I wonder how this bad boy sleeps." Which I think is short-sighted because just because you know how it sleeps doesn't mean you know how it's gonna fuck. And that's why I think stores should have blow-up dolls like shoe stores have free socks, so you don't get your foot cum all over it while you're trying it on.
There you go.
And that I've been telling that joke recently, like just it's just been coming up in my notebook, and it's been killing. People are really enjoying that.
Yeah, there's
Um,
two
it,
punches in that one.
yeah, and I'm like, huh. I mean, I even told that to adults this over this weekend, and they were like, "Oh, that's hilarious," and and I was just like, "Oh." I remember writing it at a bar after a shift at Domino's.
Shit.
That's Domino's 2, The Reckoning. Oh, yeah, the second time I worked at Domino's. I worked at Domino's twice. The first time was a lot of fun. The second time was disappointing.
That's it's kind of it's kind of like a comedy career. If you were successful enough to do theaters, coming back to the clubs never feels cool. But the
Oh,
clubs when you're first starting out, you're like, hey, I'm in a fucking club.
yeah,
But
yeah,
yeah, Domino's
sure,
is just you're going
yeah.
going back to Domino's. You're like, I used to be somebody.
No, no, I got fired. The second time I worked at Domino's, I got fired one night by a dude who vapes, and that really bummed me out. I was like, he was getting all mad at me, and I was just like, well, call the manager, figure this out. And he was like, if you leave, I'm firing you. And I was like, well, I'm out
Yep,
of here.
see it.
Yeah,
That,
deuces.
that sounds like double your problem.
Yeah, yeah, it sure does. And anyways, so I got fired for a night, you know, and then my manager called me the next day and was like, can you please come in?
Yeah, he's like,
You
that
know,
guy has actually no authority to be saying those things to
right.
you. Please come
Yes,
back.
yes, exactly. And I did because I was good friends with my manager. He was a really good dude and they needed a little help at that point in time. So I was like, yeah, I was kind of throwing him a bone, by helping out at
You got
that
tricked by
particular location.
capitalism.
Yeah. Well, it wasn't so much capitalism. It was more like camaraderie. I was back from Reno, and I was wanting some Domino's camaraderie that we used to have. Because at the store that I worked at originally, the first go around, it was we had a pretty tight knit group, and
Are
it
you
was
going
a
to tell me
lot
it
of
was like a
fun.
family?
No, it wasn't like a family. It was we were like mangy pizza workers, and it was fun. And we'd just go in and, do the thing and kick ass, and it was a good time. And once I figured out that I was just not making any money, I was just like, well, I gotta move on. And then I ended up in Reno, Nevada doing stand-up comedy.
There you go. That's where the real stuff happens.
Yeah. Yeah, it sure does. Well, I still maintain the best place to learn for me, you know. Like creatively you could do anything. I think it all just played a role in molding me into the person I am today, who is
Really not giving us a lot to go off of. It was
right,
us
yeah.
and Domino's that really made you the man you are today.
That's it.
Well, that's enough talk about delivering pizzas. This has been the
Yeah.
podcast, guys. This is all we've got. This
Yeah.
is all we've been into. There's
Yeah.
not there's what else has been there's been more shootings. Oh my god. There's
Oh
gonna
yeah.
be more in the next week,
Yes.
guys.
Yes.
Buckle down, stay away from anybody who likes Trump because
Yeah.
your family is not safe anymore. They're coming for you.
Yeah.
So just stay indoors.
Yeah.
Don't go to church. Don't go to a school. Maybe see a movie if there's not too many white people there, but don't go see like a white guy movie. Don't go to any like Marvel movies or nothing. Uh, just
That's so funny.
check in on your
Yeah.
white friends from a distance, but maybe just don't give it too much.
Yeah. I mean, demographics are important these days. Uh, In a you might get shot sort of way.